I got digital dash, came right with a op. I walk in the store and I bought the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Yo, what's the YouTube? It's your boy Fitz, man. Back in the bit with yet another video. Today, I got y'all boys with a video I've been telling y'all I was gonna get y'all for a while. The contact dunk tutorial. Now, in this video, this will be for current gen and next gen. I know people will comment it still, but I'm telling this in the beginning of the video for the people that are going to actually watch the video. But yeah, this is gonna be for both current gen and next gen. I'm gonna try to give you guys pretty much my all for everything that I know for content dunks. So this is the last time I'm gonna update this. This is gonna be giving you guys badge tips, maybe even badge setups, giving you guys animations that we get content dunks, everything, even tips. So yeah, if you guys want more videos like this when it comes to these animation tutorial videos, whatever it is, I need y'all boys right now to smash break and destroy the like button, turn up notifications if you new, subscribe if you new. Without further ado, let's hop straight into it, man. Alright, so before we hop into anything, we gotta learn the basics, bro. We gotta learn the basics. So, I'm not gonna wait too much time on this, but this is kinda important. Especially on this game, especially for current gen. On next gen, they have a whole dunk meter, but for current gen, you 100% need to know this. Even on next gen, you kinda do, because a lot of people don't like using the dunk meter, so if you don't like using the dunk meter, this is gonna be for you as well. But yeah, first thing is gonna be two-hand dunks. When it comes to two-hand dunks, you're gonna have to know to flick up on the right stick and hold R2 or RT, and that's gonna be what it is. It's just that simple. When you're going to the goal and you get in the range of a dunk, depending on what your limitless takeoff is, but we're gonna get into, stay tuned, we're gonna get into the badges. You're gonna be able to do that from further. But yeah, just know running towards the goal, hold up on the right stick. Anytime you hold up on the right stick, it's gonna help you. Now, this is gonna be determining based off of you on absolute. You should be on absolute because it's gonna always just gonna be up. If you're not, it's gonna be camera relative. So if you're going from left, you're gonna have to be going towards the rim. It's just gonna be anywhere towards the rim. But if you are on absolute, that's what I'm gonna be explaining everything in this video. Next is going to be the dominant or offhand dunk. So this is gonna be using your left or your right hand. And when it's saying dominant, that means if you're right-handed or if you're left-handed, that will be your dominant hand. Your offhand would be whatever the other hand that you didn't choose that you shoot with. So yeah, it's pretty much that simple. So that's either gonna be going up with your left or right. Now, in certain situations, you're gonna wanna go up with your left. In certain situations, you're gonna wanna go up with your right. It's gonna be harder to get blocked, and you'll get contact dunks more often like that too. So that's also important to know. Very important to know, actually. Then, last but not least, actually the most important thing I will show you guys from this part is going towards the goal. You're gonna just going down on the right stick. It's just that simple. And it says to release, but that's really some next gen stuff. You don't really actually have to release it. It's just pretty much going down when they're in close range. Now, maybe that might be why a lot of people don't get as many as they feel like they should. But nah, in my experience, I feel like that really doesn't really make a big difference. This is really just gonna get you pretty much how to do flashy dunks. It used to be how to do flashy dunks. They still call it the aggressive skill dunk. I don't know if it's not even supposed to be called that on current gen, but knowing 2K, they didn't even mean to put that on current gen as the name. But yeah, if you want to get the most aggressive dunk possible every single time, you're gonna want to go down on the right stick, and that's gonna give you the flashiest dunk possible. So yeah. Now in this video, I'm gonna give you guys tips for everything when it comes to content dunks. I'm gonna also give you guys animations for everything. So I'm gonna give you guys the best dribble animations in the game. I'm gonna give you guys the best dunk package in the game, all in this video, because you need both to be able to get more and more content dunks. If that makes sense. So first things first, I'm gonna give you guys the tips on how to do everything, and then later on, I'm gonna give you guys the bad setups and the tips. First thing that you need to know to get content dunks, you need you a go-to move to be able to get to the rim as fast as possible with as much momentum as possible, so that when you're trying to go for said content dunk, you have created enough speed and aggression to actually trigger that content dunk. This year, the frequency of content dunks is dramatically lower in comparison to last year, where it was extremely high, so that you really need all this stuff I'm gonna tell you guys. So make sure that you just work on a go-to move. Now, you can practice this go-to move in the mic court, you can practice this go-to move at park. You can even practice his go-to move in the my career. My career might be the best move because the defenders in my career, they're gonna be the hardest people to probably get around. To be real with you. But yeah, getting you and establishing a go-to move is gonna be extremely important. All right, when it comes to the dribble animations, bro, the best dribble animations. Now, when it comes to dribble styles, this is gonna be affecting every single thing you do, from the crossovers, the moving crossovers, the standstills, the size ups, anything. So this is gonna be also making you speed boost a lot faster. So in my opinion, the best dribble style in the game is quick. Now there are a lot of other NBA player dribble styles that you can use, even female dribble styles that you can use, but in my opinion, quick is the best one. If you're not able to get quick and you're pretty much at like the 75 threshold, my opinion, from my experience, gray, in my opinion, is the best one. You just, for some reason, you just speed boost a lot faster with this than you do on the other ones. So that, in my opinion, is the best dribble style in the game for people that really cannot get quick. It's just extremely fast. You just dribble extremely fast with this. I don't know why. So yeah. All right, next is going to be the signature size up. If you can get anything, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is still the best one. It's still the best one. If you're trying to be able to just speed boost that stuff as fast as possible, get the best dribble moves, Derrick Rose. It's that simple. But the next best one is De'Aaron Fox. And you only need an 80 ball handle for this, and you can be any height. For Derrick Rose, you have to have 85, and you have to be below 6'5". So that's how Derrick Rose is. But if you want pretty much 80 ball handle and 6'10" and below, De'Aaron Fox is the one for you, man. De'Aaron Fox is extremely fast as well. It's not as smooth with the dribbling, but speed boosting out of stuff is extremely fast. That's all I'll say. Paul George is another good one, but yeah, De'Aaron Fox and Derrick Rose are pretty much the best two ones I would probably give you guys if you're trying to just be able to speed boost out of stuff as fast as possible. All right, next is gonna be the size of escape packages. If you pretty much you can get all of them. Trae Young is the best one. In my opinion, it's been like this the whole year. There are more balanced ones, but in my opinion, best crab, speed boost out of stuff, all that, like, it even has kind of a Curry slide. In my opinion, Trae Young is the best one. Now, when Curry drops, it has a lot of overpowered stuff going in it. It's going to have the LeBron hotback. It's going to have the Curry slide. It's going to have all the Trae Young crabs, so that's going to be the best one when that does come out. But with that being said, for right now, Trae Young is the best one. Now, if you have like the 75 ball handle and stuff like that, and you want the best one, LeBron. Now, LeBron is the best one strictly because of the hotback. I don't really like any of the crabs. I don't like really any of that stuff. So if you have to go with a lower ball handle one, LeBron is going to be the best one. Now, for the dribble moves for this video, I'm only going to give you guys the dribble style. I'm only going to give you guys the size up, 6 size up, and I'm only going to give you guys the size of escape. Those are really the only things that you really necessarily need, because the moving and stuff like that, that's going to be more hyperdrive, and that's going to be really more opinion based. So that's going to be on you. I'm giving you guys this because this is just going to be allowing you to be as fast as possible. It's just that simple. Next step. This is actually way more important than usual, because not only did they lower the frequency of content dunks, but they've also reduced the amount of badges when it comes to going to get stamina. Now, one thing when it comes to stamina, they have actually made stamina a lot better this year than previous years. Usually we'll be having to get an inhaler off the sideline. Now it's not nearly as bad. It really is more dramatic for like the shot timing, but at the same time, you still need to be paying attention to your stamina so that you're not like at halfway or below halfway. So that's going to dramatically lower your frequency of actually being able to draw a contact dunk. Now on next gen, if you're using the dunk meter, that's not as important. But if you're not a person that's going to use the dunk meter on next gen, or if you're on current gen and you don't have the ability to use it, you always need to be making sure that you're paying attention to the stamina, because there is no relentless finisher anymore for driving dunk or contact dunks or for dunking. There's a relentless finisher for layups, but that's not for dunks. So the only thing that you really have is handles for days. So you always want to keep in mind looking at your stamina, because there will be times where you won't have stamina and you won't be able to trigger the animation that you're expecting to trigger. All right, next, every single time I do this video, this is one of the most important tips that I always tell people, is knowing where to trigger or to go for or to actually try to activate the dunk. So what I always try to do, there is a circle around the free throw line and there's a circle around the rim. That circle around the rim is called the restricted area, and that circle around the free throw line, we'll just call that the free throw circle. There is going to be a space in between both of those that is going to always be a perfect opportunity to try to trigger a dunk. And that is going to be if you're wide open for a dunk. That's going to be if you're going for a contact dunk. And going for contact dunks, most of the time, you're going to have somebody in that specific area or even closer to the rim. So you want to be able to be triggering that dunk in that area. So at all times, make sure that you're understanding where that is when you're going from the left, because when you're going from the left, you're not going to have that free throw circle. When you're going from the right, there's not going to be that. When you're going diagonal, only time you're going to be able to have that is when you're going from straight. So you can get used to doing it from straight and learn, like, kind of get like muscle memory for like when you're getting around the rim, to understand what point that is around, like when you're going, like when you're driving from anywhere on the floor, so that you can pretty much get that down. You get that down, I'm gonna be real with you, you're gonna be straight. Now on this game, there is badges that help you take off from even further, but if you get that down, you won't really have to worry too much. Now, once you start putting on badges to be able to take off from even further, you'll be able to try to trigger it from even further. But at that being said, that's going to be going on into a different conversation. All right, so next, this is very important to understand when it comes to the contact dunk packages. I haven't went over too many animations yet. Only animations I've really went over is the dribble animations. But with that being said, the contact dunk packages are so important. This year, 2K has now limited how many contact dunk packages one build can even get, because they've spaced them out. Instead of there being 2 at 85 dunk rating, now they've put one at 84, a 86, and a 92, and there's thresholds for, like, on next gen you have to be with a certain vertical for all of them, or on current gen there's one where you have to pretty much be at a certain height. So, and then when it comes to the big man contact dunks, you have to be a certain height. So all this, you have to understand, all these contact dunk packages have their own animations for every single situation, and there's some packages that have more animations in it. So you gotta understand that having as many contact dunk packages is extremely important. And when I'm saying there's different animations for certain situations, these situations depend on where you are on the floor and where the defender that you're trying to dunk on. So whether the defender is further away from the goal, or up under the goal, or on the left of the goal, or on the right of the goal, or if you're coming from the baseline, or you're coming from the elbow, you're coming from the free throw, or you're trying to dunk from out further. With limitless takeoff, there's going to be different animations that you can trigger through these different animations or different situations from these different packages that you can have. So you always need to try to have on as many, and I mean as many of the dunk packages as you possibly can. Alright, so next, when it comes to the dunk packages, I went over a couple of different things about you want stuff to be aggressive as possible. When it comes to dribbling, you want to have as much momentum going towards the goal. You want to be able to trigger it at a certain point. You want to be able to do you want to go down on the right stick to get the most aggressive dunk possible. You want to get a flashy dunk, the flashiest dunk possible. Next thing I'm gonna give you guys, you want the dunk packages that's gonna give you the most aggressive stuff going to the goal, because this year certain dunk packages actually will create more opportunities to get more contact dunks. Now I'm gonna also go over, I'm gonna show you guys, you already pretty much showed you guys or went over getting all the contact dunk packages, but when it comes to the dunk packages, there are certain ones that you want to have to get more contact dunk packages or animations. So when it comes to Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, these are, in my opinion, the 3 best and most aggressive dunk packages in the game. Really more on LeBron James and Russell Westbrook. When it comes to the most aggressive reverse dunk package in the game, that would be Kobe though. So, and there are contact dunk animations for reverse dunks. So, in my opinion, you want to put on certain animations to be as aggressive as possible going towards the goal. And that's going to be LeBron and Russell Westbrook. These are going to be very, very, very good to get as many contact dunks as possible. Now, there are certain things about this that kind of are negative. They kind of do allow for more opportunities to get blocked. So if you want other dunk packages that will pretty much get you blocked less, that will be Klay Thompson and quick drops off 1. Those will be pretty much the best all arounds. Now, these are going to be aggressive, but they're not going to be as aggressive as Russell Westbrook. Not going to be as aggressive as LeBron. So will you get as many contact dunks as you would with these packages? No, but you will get blocked extremely less. So it's really up to you. Do you want extremely high frequency of getting contact dunks, or do you want an extremely lower frequency of getting blocked? So it's really up to you on that. All in all, it's pretty much up to you. Alright, and last but not least for the contact dunk tips is the dunk meter. This is where the men are separated from the boys. This is where the skill gap really comes into play. Now, there are a lot of, I will be real, there are negatives to the dunk meter. Slithery finisher, kind of like it kind of makes Celebrity Finisher not as usable, not as good, which in my opinion on current gen is one of the best badges in the game because there is no dunk meter. There is a lot of delay to it a lot of the times, so there can be it can get kind of weird where you have to time it earlier sometimes online. But when it comes to the dunk meter, bro, there are a lot of positives to it, bro. There are a lot of positives. Now, one thing I say about it, 2K Lab, they kind of have studied like the exact syncs that you need to learn when it comes to everything about it. So I will try my best to put a link to that in the description. But with that being said, when it comes to the dunk meter, bro, you really want to get this down to muscle memory. So if you have to practice this with your friends, if you want to practice this in my career, which I would probably say is what you want to practice it, but really after you get done with my career, you really do want to practice it. Now on next gen, they have this thing called the City Slam. That's gonna be probably the best place to practice it, bro. If you're grinding a new build, City Slam is the best place to grind new builds as well. So personally, I would say you want to practice it in an environment where it's kind of online, so that you can kind of get used to how it kind of is online, because it's not gonna be the same as my career where it's just gonna be pretty much no latency, no sync issues. So it's not gonna have no delay, nothing like that. So you want to try to practice this online as much as possible, because when it comes to getting online, it's gonna be a lot of various random things that's gonna be happening. So my opinion, getting this down to muscle memory is important. But another thing when it comes to the dunk meter, depending on where the defender is, the smaller the meter will be. So say for instance you have somebody on your hip, that's gonna be the easiest dunk meter. I'm gonna be real with you. Depending on where they are on the hip, that's gonna be the easiest one. But if somebody's just dead right under the goal, I don't know why 2K did it like this, where people, if somebody's dead under the goal, that's the easiest person to dunk on. But for some reason, 2K did it to where like if somebody's dead under the goal, you're gonna have a extremely small dunk meter. Whereas if they're further from the goal, it's gonna be bigger and bigger, which makes no sense. If anything, if you remember in previous 2Ks, the further people were out from the goal in better position for defense, it was harder to dunk on those people. Whereas if they were deeper inside of the goal or under the rim, it will be easier. And 2K has kind of reversed that for some reason with the dunk meter and made it harder to time that. So that is actually a very important thing to know, that the meter is going to be changing depending on where your defender is that you're trying to dunk on. So that is also very important. But you throwing the right badges, throwing the right animations, you'll be perfectly fine. You get the timing down, you'll be perfectly fine. It's that simple. Alright, so when it comes to the best finishing badges and the best bang for your buck on those badges, we're gonna be hopping into that. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, best bang for your buck not as necessary on finishing badges, and you're not gonna really need all these badges to really fill up to pretty much get contact dunks. But with that being said, I'm gonna just go in order of what badges I feel like are most important to getting contact dunks. So let's go ahead and hop straight to it. So obviously, first badge is gonna be posterizer. It's literally here strictly improves the likelihood of posterizing your opponent, increases the chances of throwing down a dunk on your defender. Now, this is going to work kind of similar to how Contact Finisher worked, where you have the packages. It's going to be 20%. Every 15% after that is going to be a tier of posterizers. So that's going to be strictly for contact now. So 35% is going to be bronze, silver is going to be 50, gold is going to be 65, Hall of Fame is going to be 80. Now, you can probably guess that that's not like that anymore, because frequency is just a lot lower now. So they probably changed that by like 5 each tier, but all in all, it's still gonna work similar. It's just like the contact dunk frequency on this game is just a lot lower, and you have to put on a lot of other badges to kind of assist this badge to get this badge to its peak value. So every other badge I'm putting on is going to be something to help this badge in some way, shape, or form. So next badge, limitless takeoff. What is this gonna do? Favors dunks and layups from a farther takeoff range. Pretty much when attacking the basket, a player with this badge will start their dunk or layup gather from farther out than others. So reason why we will put both of these matches is because the higher you have posterizer, the higher frequency. The higher you have limitless takeoff, the further you'll be able to take it off from. So it's not one of those badges where it's like gonna be doing specific things on a percentage value. And when I say best bang for your buck, I'm not saying it's gonna be better at like bronze than it would be at Hall of Fame, or silver than it would be at Hall of Fame. It's just saying like how much better it gets from that badge, it's just not worth it, or worth the badge points, what I would say. So yeah, let me just take off. In my opinion, you both want to put both of these as high as possible. Next, solidity finisher. I said this in comparison to next gen, the dunk meter. The reason why the dunk meter kind of doesn't work hand in hand with dunk meter, because it cancels out kind of important benefits of solidity finisher. When it comes to getting the best animation possible from solidity finisher, you don't really need that anymore, because dunk meter is going to get you a dunk every single time. But another thing about solidity finisher that also can help the dunk meter, it also does help your dunk frequency. So there's certain things that comes along with like next gen that's very overpowered. Like blocking is extremely overpowered, so people can just put you into crazy block animations. So you kind of do still want to use solidity finisher, but there are a lot of stuff on solidity finisher that kind of gets canceled out. So solidity finisher is still really good. And again, I would put this up as high as you possibly could. So whether you only get gold badges or Hall of Fame, you just want to put this as high as possible. Very good badge. Now, first badge that we probably gonna have a bang for your buck is Lob City Finisher. Bronze Lob City Finisher is amazing. As soon as you put the bronze, you're gonna see a significant difference. This is even on next gen where you have a timing for lobs. Now, why does lobs help you with contact dunks? Because this year and last year on next gen, there are contact alley-oops. Contact alley-oops take the game to a whole nother level. So, in my opinion, having lobs actually improve your dunking ability for those contact oops. So having Lob City Finisher is extremely important. So you either go bronze on it or you go Hall of Fame. There's no in between. Even if you only get gold, I would only put it to bronze personally. Now if you're like a inside, obviously you put it to gold, because at that point you're not gonna really be wasting badges. But on a guard build, if you only get like gold badges, you know what I'm saying, I would put it to only bronze. But if you're big, I would max it out at all times, because it's kind of more of an important niche type thing. So yeah. And then when it comes to a big man badge that will help you a lot is Rise Up. It's kind of the same thing. You would put this as high as possible, bro. It's going to pretty much just get you more and more like standing dunks. You want that to be as high of a frequency as possible, because as big man, the way you get contact dunks is through standing dunks. So that's what I say. So you want that to be as high as possible. So Rise Up, we will go with that as well with Max. So those are pretty much the badges that I would say that would benefit you the most for contact dunks on both current gen and next gen. Alright, when it comes to the playmaking, yes, there are playmaking badges that help you get contact dunks. So first one, 100%, it's pretty obvious what it would be. Quick First Step. Quick First Step provides more explosive first steps out of triple threat and size ups. When driving out of triple threat or after a size up, ball handlers have access to quicker and more effective launches. So this is going to be allowing you to speed boost a lot faster. And like I was saying, you want to get a go-to move that allows you to go to the basket as fast as possible. So when I'm putting this to Hall of Fame, that means put it as high as you possibly can get it. And that's the most important playmaking badge to get you contact dunks, in my opinion. Second most important, handles for days. Handles for days is extremely important. Why? I was telling you guys in the second tip, you want to make sure to be always paying attention to your stamina. This is the only badge that pretty much is going to help you with stamina for finishing. What does it do? It reduces the amount of energy lost when performing dribble moves. What does it also do? A player takes less of an energy hit when performing consecutive dribble moves, allowing them to chain together combos quicker and for longer periods of time. So yeah, handles for days is going to be extremely important when it comes to just having as much stamina as possible when it comes to trying to go for these contact dunks, because as you have less and less stamina, it's going to be a lot harder to trigger said contact dunk. So yeah, that's the badge I would say. Then when it comes to the next badge, in my opinion, I would personally say the next badge would have to be Quick Chain. Quick Chain, now Quick Chain, you can go for a bang for your buck on this one. Now, every single one you can kind of argue it, but I would say the best bang for your buck would be silver. But me personally, with this badge, I like putting it as high as possible. I feel like there's no such thing as wasting badges on this, but there is a best bang for your buck on this one. I would say silver is it, or even bronze. But even with that being said, I would like having it as high as possible, because the higher you have it, the faster you get out of it. In my opinion, being as fast is just so important in this game that you really want that. So there is no bang for your buck, but if there was, it would be bronze or silver. That's what I would say. So yeah, Quick First Step, you want to put that, or not Quick First Step, but Quick Chain, you want to put that as high as possible. Next is Hyperdrive. This is for people that like to do drill moves while they're going up the court. You want those drill moves to be as fast as possible, to just shift. If you like being real shifty, Hyperdrive. And you want to keep your speed when doing these said dribble moves, Hyperdrive going as high as possible. It's just that simple. Whether you like to do hot backs, whether you like to do tweens going up the court, whether you like to do the moving crossovers behind the backs, any of that type of stuff, Hyperdrive is the badge for you. Now, if there was any other badges to help you pretty much when it comes to dribbling or getting content ups, it would be downhill, I guess. So this would be the last badge I would probably be able to say helps you, and this just gives you a boost to speed with ball, attribute, and fast break situations. And this is gonna be similar to how Floor General helps, and this is gonna be pretty much +1 at bronze, +4 at Hall of Fame type of deal. So it's really up to you on how much you really need. Now, if you're trying to reach a certain threshold with your speed ball, you can do it like that. So that can be important too. Now, there can be other badges like Floor General where you can ask your teammates to put on, but all that is kind of like a topic for another day. So in my opinion, these are the best badges to pretty much help you get content dunks. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the video. I gave you guys a lot in this video. I gave you guys dribble animations. I gave you guys tips to get content dunks. I gave you guys a breakdown on content dunks. I even gave you guys the best badges, badge setups, and the best bang for your buck for said badges to help you get content dunks. I even gave you guys the best dunk packages to get you content dunks. I even gave you guys the best contact dunk tips. So if you guys want more of these videos like this, I need y'all boys right now to smash breaking the store the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. Make sure to turn on notifications to be the first to see my videos, because we have been going live every single day. Don't go every day live on YouTube, but if you haven't already, go follow the Twitch. I go live as much as I possibly can, doing a variety of games, just not 2K. Or not just 2K, should I say. So yeah, if you guys want to be in tune with that, go follow the Twitch. Make sure you have notifications on there. Subscribe here. Make sure you have notifications on here. Like the video. Make sure to share this video to anybody you think will help or enjoy. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm about to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Last but not least, I couldn't leave this out the video. I don't know what 2K's been on, but it's been 4 seasons, and we still have no Let Your Nuts Hang. It's at this point we might even have to make a petition towards 2K. I have not seen it this entire year. A full year of Let Your Nuts Hang, a full year. It's crazy. So, if you guys want that to come back, I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to help me.